Hi, I'm Zach Lucy. I'm a graduate student at NC State, representing the Student Energy Club for Energy Spotlight. In this series, we're interviewing people on campus doing cool and interesting things in the energy space. And today we're speaking with Rebecca Diederich. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Rebecca is an energy engineer on the energy management team at State under the broader umbrella of facilities and operations. Hi, Rebecca. Thanks for talking with me today.
Hey, Zach. Thanks for having me.
Can we just start by you telling us a little bit about your journey in the energy field before joining State?
Of course. So actually, I started as an intern at NC State, the building maintenance and operation group, which is similar to energy management group, and I can talk about that a little bit later. But I worked on mechanical systems there, and then I transitioned to the energy management group. As my first role was an energy program coordinator, where I did smaller energy conservation projects and worked on metering installations. And then in 2018, I transitioned again to the energy project engineer, which is where I've been since then. And I pretty much never left NC State once I graduated, honestly.
Great. Can you tell us a bit about your role currently on the energy management team?
Yeah, so I have a couple things I focus on. One of them is natural gas procurement. NC State uses about $8 million worth of natural gas every year. Mm-hmm. So to help manage that budget, and how I do that is I hedge natural gas purchases and for future use. So if I purchase some natural gas at $2 right now, and then when we actually use it, it's $4, we've saved that $2 per decatherm. And we only purchase about 50% or hedge about 50% of our natural usage, just because we don't want to go over on that budget. But also, I manage what we call our NERP program, which stands for NC State University Utility Reduction Program. That's why we said NERP. But that just is a pot of money that we focus for energy conservation projects on campus, like VFD installations. We give some money to the recommissioning team and other projects like that. So those are my two big things that I focus on in energy management.
Great. I'm curious, what other groups does your team collaborate with? How does energy management fit under the broader umbrella of facilities and operations at State?
Yeah, so we work with a lot of different groups, most of them that are within energy systems itself. So in energy systems, there's 4 groups. There's building maintenance and operations, I mentioned before, which focuses on the building operations. Mm-hmm. Utilities and engineering, which focuses on utility distribution, so like the utility plants. The sustainability office, which works on all of campus, and energy management, which also works on all of campus. So we really just work with each group individually to implement energy conservation measures, depending on where each group focuses their work efforts.
Okay. And how does energy management engage with researchers on campus?
A couple different ways. So we're actually working with the NC North Carolina Clean Energy Tech Center.
We spoke with them last time.
Oh, really? Who did you speak with?
With Steve.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So we're actually working with them because we're trying to kick off a project for renewables on Centennial campus. Like a solar installation on Fitzwillard and maybe a battery storage somewhere in Centennial. So we're working with that group to really get some energy savings numbers and cost estimates put to that. That's been a big effort, a big push this past year. And other departments like the College of Engineering and the College of Design. We work with the College of Design because they were pushing they were trying to get a chancellor's fund that would help I'm blanking.
Okay.
That would help with just building measurement and verification on campus. So we're all about campus. We're all around different researchers and students as well.
How big is that storage project going to be?
The battery storage, so right now the scope is for 500 kW.
Okay.
And solar, the solar is 283 kW. How that would work with the thermal energy storage that was recently installed on the Centennial campus to really smooth out the demand profile.
Okay. And your group has built a really detailed utility data management system for building energy use data for campus buildings. Can you tell us how this, just more about this initiative and how it came about?
Yeah. So we have all these meters installed, right? So our goal is to have every building metered for each utility. And so when you have those meters installed, you don't want to have to go manually read them every month, right? So integrating them is the best way to gather that data so you can really trend it. And so we have this system, we call it eDNA, and that's where all of their meters are integrated so we can pull trends in any way we want to and pull data at any interval and really dive into each building's energy usage and consumption. So we do a deep dive every year on the past fiscal year and really try to pinpoint which, like, our problem children.
Yeah. Gotcha. And so NC State is aiming for a 40% reduction in building energy use and what, a 65% reduction in potable water use by 2022. And looking at the charts, sounds like we're well on our way. But can you tell us about some of the energy reduction and water use reduction initiatives that have been employed?
Yeah, so we have some programs that we've initiated. One of them is called the Ultra Low Freezer Rebate Program. Researchers on campus, if they're trying to get rid of one of their really high energy use freezers, will help them fund those changes into a lower consumption unit, because one of those freezers can have the same electricity use as a house. And another similar program is we've just initiated this fume hood replacement program or removal program, because fume hoods are also very energy intensive. So different researchers can apply for that rebate as well. And then some bigger, big for your buck initiatives are just helping fund the recommissioning team in their efforts. So what they do is they go to each building, and that the building that they focus on is defined by that process that I just mentioned, where we find our problem children. And they'll go look at the really focus on the HVAC, the sequence operations, the sensor calibration, occupancy schedules, and really do a deep dive into those buildings to try to reduce those energy consumptions. And also different mechanical projects, like VFD installations, so you can manage a pump so it doesn't have to run a constant volume 24/7. It can run at a variable volume and save some electricity that way. And just a bunch of other projects like that as well. Okay,
so combined heat and power is a big part of NC State's energy portfolio. Could you explain a bit about how CHP works? And does it have year-round energy saving benefits, or is it mainly for the warmer months?
So combined heat and power is basically just using one fuel source to produce two energy outputs. We use natural gas to produce electricity, and the excess heat used from producing that electricity is then used to produce steam. So your input is natural gas, your output is electricity and steam. On main campus, we have about 11 megawatts worth of power that we can contribute to the grid. And that's about, last year it was 50% of our total main campus electric load, but it can be as much as 75%.
Oh, wow.
And then on our Centennial campus, we just installed a cogen plant as well. That one has about 6.5 megawatt hours of capacity. They're used in that campus, that would be about 50% as well as of the total purchased electricity.
Yeah.
And that you use cogen year round. You're always going to have the electric demand for that campus. The thing that where you may struggle with is the steam load. In the summer months, you're going to have a higher steam production than steam demand. So that question is like, what do you do with that steam? So on main campus, we actually send it to our other utility plant, our Yarborough utility plant, where we have a steam-driven chiller. And then on Centennial campus, we have a steam turbine generator. So you use the steam to then run another generator to produce more electricity.
Gotcha.
So it just depends on the campus demand and where you're at, but you always will benefit year round.
Okay, gotcha. Well, yeah, my next question was going to be about commissioning, but basically answered that. Could you describe a dream project or two that you would like to see done at State?
What I think right now is just accomplishing the renewables on Centennial campus.
Yeah.
Batteries. I think that'd just be a really cool initiative, and it's not from an energy savings perspective. It's from like a campus learning. Students go there, researchers can go there, really analyze how the work and maybe implement them at different locations in the future. So right now, like I just really want to get that pushed and see that project through.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. It'd be good for students to get some hands-on. That'd be a good way to do it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm just going to go to my last question. Are there any opportunities for students at State, graduates or undergrad, to collaborate with your team?
Yeah. So we actually hire 1 or 2 interns every year. So the students can apply that way. And we've worked with grad students before, but that for like data requests or helping them really figure out what to do for their thesis statements. So we've helped some students in the past figure that out. But a lot of it our information can be found on the energy management website. So if you just shoot us a link, it's like saveenergy@ncsu.edu and ask about internships. We obviously, this year's a little different. So we'd have to wait until probably next year for interns, but that's a good way to get involved. And we also work with the sustainability office, and they do well. So
you just broke up a little bit. What was that?
We also work with the sustainability office, who also has internships. So if you don't get energy management, or you're more interested in the whole global sustainability perspective and not just energy in general, that would be a better place to go, or a good place to go.
Okay, good stuff. Well, that's all I got for you. So
okay.
yeah, thanks so much for talking with me.